What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zephr, if you didn't know that already, and in today's video I am showcasing this new team that I've built. I've called it Goodra, mainly because of the use of Hisuian Goodra and how people were saying it was kind of mid on release, saying the stats weren't great and it didn't have a lot going for it. However, I beg to differ. I think it's very, very good, and well, let's get into explaining why I think that is. So obviously the main staple of this team is going to be Hisuian Goodra. We're running it with shell armor so that it can't be critical hit, which is fantastic. It works against Urshifu, it works against anything else. Obviously, like if you're scared of, like say, Flutter Mane, all that sort of thing, then shell armor is going to stop you from taking more damage than necessary. It's a good ability. Torkoal's got it as well, but obviously most people run Drought on it because weather is really, really strong and the main use of Torkoal. And then my Goodra also has leftovers on it, so in between turns you can protect, regain some health, protect, regain health, etc. like most kind of stooly Pokemon do. The moveset on this is Body Press, Shelter, Heavy Slam, and Protect. Body Press is new for Hisuian Goodra because its defense stat is absolutely incredible. I will leave a Pokepaste in the description with like the EVs, IVs, all that sort of stuff, so you can actually see how I've like brought the stats up on my Goodra, my Wrangler, all that sort of thing. But my Goodra has really, really high defense as well as decent special defense, and then it's got Shelter as well, just to further boost that defense. If you don't know what Shelter does, it's Hisuian Goodra's signature move. It's basically just renamed Acid Armor. Every time you use it, you get +2 defense, and obviously that's really key to getting that Body Press damage. Body Press is a move that does damage based on the defense of the Pokemon rather than the attack. So the main goal here with this team is to get Goodra set up with 3 shelters, have it at +6 defense, and then just be clicking Body Press to destroy anything in front of it. Heavy Slam is also there because it's a main form of stab for Hisuian Goodra, and it OHKOs any Flutter Mane. I promise you, no Flutter Mane survives a Heavy Slam from this thing, so it can destroy that seriously meta heavy Pokemon that is on, like, when we were at the regional, like 70% of teams. And then obviously, as I said, Protect, just so you can continuously like pivot and get that extra health back in between turns. So next up on my team is no surprise to anyone, as I just spoke about it. It's my bulky Flutter Mane. Once again, if you want the spread for this, it will be in the description, in the Pokepaste. But this is the Booster Energy Proc Special Attack Flutter Mane. So it's bulky, it raises its special attack when it hits the field or when the sun comes up. If the sun comes up, it does it first, and then it procs its booster energy, and it can just wreak havoc. It's got the Fairy Terror typing because pretty much every Flutter Mane does, because having that additional Fairy damage is insane, because Flutter Mane can hurt anything pretty much. It's crazy. And then, as usual, the typical Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball set, Protect to allow it to, you know, do the same thing as Goodra, kind of play mind games with your opponent. And then Trick Room. So I've had Trick Room on my Flutter Mane for a while now when I'm using it with these kind of slower teams. I've had it on my Snow team, I had it on my other Trick Room team that I posted about a week ago. This Flutter Mane doesn't have any speed investment, so that it's a bit slower than other Flutter Manes. So once the Trick Room is up, that it can actually attack first, and if it Shadow Balls into another Flutter Mane, most of the time it's going to OHKO it if it's not Terastallized. So this Flutter Mane is based around, you know, getting onto the field within Trick Room, getting that special attack boost, and then just causing havoc for my opponent. So next up on the team is Heatran. I've got to be honest with you guys, I've never actually used Heatran before this generation, but I saw a lot of people talking about it, and it seems to have been a staple of the metagame in the past. So I've had to play around with it. It is phenomenal. Once again, Flash Cannon can destroy Flutter Manes. Earth Power is really, really strong on it as well. Heat Wave is ridiculous. I literally won a game yesterday in 2 turns by just double-clicking Heat Wave with Life Orb and Protect to allow you to play those mind games with your opponent. My Heatran has the Grass Terror type. I think you'll find that most Heatrans have the Grass Terror type because you've got Flash Fire. If you don't know what Flash Fire does, it means if your opponent hits you with a fire move, it actually raises your special attack stat. So Heatran almost becomes untouchable besides flying types and bug types, and it is really, really strong. It can sit on the field and just do damage and apply pressure. So when you've got something like, say, Goodra and Heatran on the field, your opponent really has to decide what they want to hit, because both of these Pokemon are threatening and applying pressure, and, you know, it forces your opponent to make a drastic decision. As I said, I got the Life Orb on it because Heatran pumps out a lot of damage already. Life Orb just further increases that. It is a madness how much havoc this thing can cause. And yeah, that's really about it. I've got high HP EV investment, I've got full special attack 252, and well, the spread's going to be in the description, as I already said. Next up on the team is Ting-Lu. No, none of you will probably be surprised to see Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu has kind of been a staple all the way through Regulation C. I think it's going to fall off a bit in Regulation D, if I'm honest, because it's not going to be as good with things like Urshifu running around and that sort of thing. But it really works on this team because of Vessel of Ruin, allowing like special attack to be brought down. Goodra's going to be super physically bulky, but in special, it's still going to have some bulk, but nowhere near as much. So having Goodra and Ting-Lu on the field at the same time can be really strong because it stops those special attackers from doing a lot of damage to it. We've got the Assault Vest because it's pretty typical in Tinglu. My EVs for this are a bit all over the place. As I said, look in the description, look at the Pokepace. I keep saying that. I'll stop saying that now. But yeah, that's down there. And then it's got Rock Slide for the flinch ability and double targeting. Stomping Tantrum because it's very, very strong in Tinglu, especially if it gets faked out or something. Heavy Slam for the same reason pretty much as, you know, Flutter Mane and Heatran. It can deal with Flutter Mane's other fairy types. It's super strong on Tinglu. And then Ruination because it just takes anything down by half health, which can be really, really threatening to your opponent. So now here comes my niche pick of the team, Oranguru. A lot of people would probably say to run Cresselia instead of Oranguru, and I would definitely agree. You can do that because Cresselia is super bulky. It's got Trick Room. Obviously, it's got Lunar Blessing, which is really, really strong. But I don't want to use Cresselia. I'm very much, if you watch my videos, you know, like I like building a team and not just playing hard metagame. So Oranguru is my pick instead of Cresselia, but you can definitely do that as well. My Oranguru's got the Fairy Terror type, so you know if it gets threatened by a Dark type on turn 1, then you can just instantly Terror and kind of nullify that. It's got Symbiosis, but it shouldn't have Symbiosis. It should have Inner Focus as its ability, which I will change after this. Inner Focus stops you from being fake-outed, and it also stops you from being intimidated. The latter isn't that important, but stopping fake out is super, super strong, and it's kind of a pick as to why I'm using this. You can stop that, and then you can still get the Trick Room off, you can still Yawn, you can do all sorts of stuff. So Mental Herb as well, if you get taunted, it's just going to completely take that away. So this thing has like a double counter to anti-Trick Room, which is really, really cool. I like that a lot. Then it's got Foul Play, which can do a stupid amount of damage to opponents, such as, what could we say, Urshifu being one of them, Great Tusk, and anything with a super high attack stat is going to take a lot of damage in Foul Play. We've got Instruct, which is one of Oranguru's signature moves. A couple other Pokemon have it, I believe, but not very many. That might be wrong, don't quote me on that. But what Instruct does, if you don't know, is it allows whatever Pokemon is next to it to reuse the move that it used last. So say Goodra is next to Oranguru, which I have started with and have won with. You can use Shelter. Oranguru can then use Instruct, and then you get another Shelter down. So you can go up +4 defense on a single turn. Or if you do it on the first turn in Trick Room, and then you get the Shelter down the next turn, the turn after that, you can be +6 almost instantly, which is exactly where Hisuian Goodra wants to be. I think it's really cool. I think it's a really cool piece of tech, and I really like it, and that's why I wanted to showcase it on this team. Yawn is a super strong move. If you use it on your opponent, it makes it so the first turn, the opponent's Pokemon gets drowsy, and the next turn after that, they fall asleep if they don't switch out. So Yawn is very good at applying pressure and making your opponent think, do I switch out? Do I not? Can I afford to keep my Pokemon on the field? And, you know, it's been on a lot of teams, such as Gastrodon using it, Torkoal uses it. It's a really strong move overall. And then, obviously, Trick Room, because I want two Trick Room setters. So, you know, I can use my Flutter Mane one time, and I can use my Oranguru the next time. And then last, but not least, we've got Iron Hands. Iron Hands is slowly becoming a staple on a lot of my teams, but it's really, really good. And anyone that plays, you know, has played Regulation C, has played tournaments, anything like that, or just plays Pokemon in general, knows that. This is a more aggressive Iron Hands compared to my setup Iron Hands that I used on my other two teams. Once again, the EVs will be in the description, but we're using the Grass Terror type so that Iron Hands can't be spored, it can't be hit by Earthquake as bad, all that sort of thing, which is really, really good for it. It's got Fake Out, so you know you can always lead with a Trick Room setter and Fake Out to try and prevent anything from doing the same to you. It's got Thunder Punch, because as I've said before in my videos, I don't like Wild Charge a ton. There's very little damage between them. It can win you some games in some instances, but you're also potentially at loss of losing your Iron Hands whenever you just attack with it through the recoil damage. So I preferise using Thunder Punch. We've got Drain Punch because it's just Iron Hand's best form of recovery, and you know, two Iron Hands can just sit there on the field and Drain Punch each other until they faint or one faints, and you know, that does genuinely happen. And then Volt Switch, so if you need to, you can get it off the field and you can switch it into, say, Flutter Mane, Tinglu, whatever is, you know, necessary at the time. I'm actually running Rocky Helmet on this Iron Hands, and for the reason that, you know, if an Urshifu targets it down, it's going to take like 30 to 50% damage once it's hit. Say if it's Rapid Strike, it's going to take a lot of damage, and since Rapid Strike is the main Pokemon running around in the metagame for Regulation D already, I think the Rocky Helmet is a really good item, considering I can't use Leftovers as it's on my Goodra, and Assault Vest as it's on my Tinglu. So yeah, and that is pretty much the breakdown of the team, guys. So if you want to use this team, the code is in the corner, it will be in the description with the Pokepace. As I said, I'd stop saying that, but I haven't. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the new guys who have been subscribing, watching the videos, leaving comments. It means the absolute world to me to see the channel growing. I love interacting with you guys, and I just I'm just glad you enjoy my content. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers again. It's actually insane to me how much I've grown since I stopped playing FPS and started playing Pokemon. I'm having the time of my life. I'm loving making content. Everything is just such a nice blend of things right now, and it's super, super nice for me mentally and for life, really, you know? So if you enjoyed today's video and you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. We're on the way to 600 subscribers now. It's crazy to me to say that, but yeah, if you enjoy, please click that button as it supports me heavily. If you enjoy the video, leave a like, as that also supports me heavily as well. Leave a comment if you use the team, if you've playtested the team, what you think of it, what could be changed, all that sort of thing. I always appreciate feedback, and it always helps me to make an even better team. And besides that, just turn my post notifications on and follow me on my socials, and that's really about it. So for now, guys, I've been Scott Zephr. Thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate the heck out of it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Let's go in these. Okay. Well, this is actually super sick. You've given me Psychic Terrain. You obviously don't want Trick Room up, because, well, you have Urshifu on the field. So this turn we just go Shelter and we go Trick Room. Really is that simple. Terra Water. I think this probably hurts my my Oranguru or my Goodra, whichever it goes into. This is gonna suck, but pullable. We can make it work. You go for a fighting move, that's why I've Terra Ghosted. And that's why I'm running Terra Ghost, because I want something to be able to handle these Urshifus. Surging Strikes, yep, this is gonna suck. Oranguru deserved better than this. That's so sad. Oranguru deserved better. I hate you, Urshifu. I hate you so much. Life Orb Urshifu. He might have actually lived then. Why would you use In Prison when you took out my Trick Room setter? Very weird. Bring out the hands here. And this is why we have Rocky Helmet hands on this team, right? So annoying. I keep wanting to show off my boy's tech, and he doesn't get the chance. But this Urshifu is now easy targeting for hands. And if he attacks hands himself, then it's just going to suck. So, yeah. Go for my hands, buddy. Do it. Oh, you're going after Good. Good job. Those crit hits are doing so much damage. And they're only going to do less in a second. Your Urshifu is literally nerfed here, bro. Very sorry to say. Oh, look. Shelter. +4. What is Urshifu doing now? Nothing. This Mon is so horrible in this meta that... Oh wait, if I protect it doesn't matter because he just goes through it anyway. So like, yeah. I could bring Tinglu in, but he just gets destroyed here. But if he attacks my Iron Hands, it's fine because we have Rocky Helmet, so we just do even more damage. Like we're just taking this Indeedee out piece by piece here. Nice 13 damage, bro. Goodra doesn't care about your 13 damage. Lol. +6 defense says, I don't care. So funny. You know what's even funnier about this turn, right? Is that now, if whatever button I click, I go into the Indeedee because it just follows me. So, we body press here, and we Thunder Punch here. And realistically, Hand should be able to just take out Urshifu here. Because Goodra should move first. Destroy this Indeedee, and then Urshifu's just going to get punched up here. Oh, we're going after my hands this time, okay. What's that, 70 damage? Ah, Rocky Helmet and Life Orb damage. Urshifu didn't like that. And that's another turn you've left my Goodra alone as well. Oh no. Indees got squashed. Goodbye, Indees. Goodbye, Urshifu. May you rest in eternal peace. I am valiant. That could be kind of scary. Heatran. That's also kind of scary. Loki. Booster energy. Attack was high earned. Well, I honestly think we can just do this now. I don't think there's really much you can do against this, right? I want to bring in Ting-Lu, but I think we do bring in Ting-Lu here. I think we bring in Ting-Lu just to lower the special attack of this Heatran if it goes first. Which I expect it will, because most of them do have some speed investment. That's going to hurt Mr. Ting-Lu. He deserves better. Goodra body press! Oh, Goodra's so good, man. It doesn't matter, honestly. If you just let it sit on the opposite side of the field, it doesn't matter if you've got an Urshifu, a Heatran, this I'm Valiant probably doesn't matter. It's just going to crush you. It's that simple. Like, it really doesn't matter unless this... Even if this Valiant attacks my Goodra now, like, what's it going to do? Like, really, what are you going to do? The battle was cancelled. Thank you, sir. Oh, alright, what is it? Dengo and Gunpowder. What came out of the Beast Ball there? That was cool. Alright, now we just Trick Room and Protect first time. He locked in his moves very quickly, if that is concerning. I knew something like this would happen. Choice Scar? That's not actually a bad thing in this situation. That's a very good thing for me right now. It's not going to be very good in a minute, but it'll be good for the moment. Actually, no, it really isn't, because it still didn't outspeed anything. Right, Oranguru is now locked in, however, sadly. We have to bring in locks here. And here, if we go Terra Grass, Xianpao's going to go after us, but yeah. That's my best Terra this game, I think, personally. Because it means Sacred Sword's not going to hurt as much in a second. It also means we can fake out this Xianpao next turn to KO it. Garchomp. Now, I love my boy, but he's not going to really enjoy a Heat Wave here, for sure. So we've got all the Mon now. Thunderous. That's shiny. Yeah, that's cool. I like that shiny. Why Therian Thunderous, though? I don't have a ton of play with the genies, so it's all still stuff I'm learning, but yeah. Terra Grass Heatran is formidable on the field, that's for sure. Look at his pink eyes. He is ready to cause damage. For a Pokemon such as Garchomp that doesn't really care about taking that damage usually, that's pretty big, and Thunderous is not enjoying that either in front of Heatran at all. Like, that's good damage on top. We don't care about the rough skin. Heat Wave come through. Oh my god, Heatran just sweeps games. This is ridiculous. This team is based on using Goodra, but yet Heatran in the back is just the sacred backup to destroy everything. It's crazy. The thing is, I have to go after this cat now, even if I don't want to. Because if this cat gets an attack off, it probably KOs my Heatran as much as I would not like it to. I'm going to Volt Switch here, and I'm going to Heat Wave again, just because, why wouldn't I? Terra Xianpao into Ghost. Even if it goes Ghost, it's still not going to appreciate this. Yeah, it's still not going to appreciate taking a Heat Wave with Life Orb damage. I like the Terra, but it would have been better if I was like fake outing you or something like that. Jeez, that was a lot of damage actually. I respect that. We bring Oranguru back in. Because now we can really show off this tech as well if Heatran lives, which I don't think it will, but actually, it might. It just might. Now it's just Dengo. Now we just have to foul play here and protect her. And as long as that Xianpao sucker punches, we win pretty much, I'm sure. Yeah. Big L for you, my friend. The monkey goes, the snow leopard. Oh no! Oh, it's unfortunate I'm going to not get to use the instruct tech here, but like, we're just walking through this team. This is a pretty good team, to be honest. Like, how much damage is Make It Rain actually going to do here? Pretty good chunks. It's like almost 80. Just literally 1 point under 80. Twisted Dimensions return to normal. He rage quit. Okay.
Saves hundreds
Didn't
of
even
lives.
get to think about